This is Lorena Mora-Mowry for Mujer Latina Today. We have the pleasure today to interview once again Maria Sanchez. She's the program coordinator of community outreach and engagement at the Office of Diversity and Inclusion in Ohio State University. Welcome to Mujer Latina Today.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
OSU is going to be having an interesting forum. They call it Gate Millennium and HSF Bridge Builders Forum. Let's talk about this important event that will be on September 14 at Ohio State University.
So, the Gates Foundation, which is run by Bill and Melinda Gates, they realized that underrepresented students, especially Latino males, needed some sort of support services in order to gain access to post-secondary education. And so they developed this Bridge Builders Forum for a way for them to come together. And actually, outside of Chicago, Ohio State is the only school that hosts it in the Midwest. So it's a big deal. The program started about 3 years ago, and this is going to be our third year hosting the program. And really, the goals of the program is just to get, because we don't have the high percentage of Latinos as concentrated as in like Chicago or LA or Texas, where typically these programs are hosted. We opened it up to the entire community, and we're really targeting Latino males, but any other student within Ohio is welcome to attend who wants to seek educational information for post-secondary education. And so it's not a recruitment event for Ohio State. I think that that's what some people initially thought it was going to be, but it's actually more of a educational access program. So we team up with state and local governments, national organizations as well, and we have last year we had almost 30 universities come for our college fair portion, which allowed students to gain approach a variety of different universities all in one setting. So
let's talk about we know now the program and why it's important, and congratulations to Ohio State University for having this in the Midwest, especially for us at the Latino community. We're growing and we need to send this message to the community. We need to be part of this wonderful opportunity. But let's talk about the 3 previous years, what you have learned about the program, and is why it's important to continue, and what is the difference between this year's program.
So I think I want to start a little bit with the difference with this year's program. So if any of you guys have attended a Bridge Builders Forum in the past, we've completely revamped the program because we realized that we really need to sort of diversify our sessions in order to meet the needs of students. And so the landscape, I'm sure as you guys know, the Latino landscape in Ohio is changing constantly, very rapidly actually, especially what I think is going to be pivotal this year with our program is the new in-state tuition from the Ohio Board of Regents for the DACA students. So this year we had partners sort of submit proposals for sessions, and one of those sessions is going to actually focus on DACA students and what they can do. And so we're hoping the feedback that we got before was that it was a great program, but they wanted it to be a little bit more intensive, a little bit more in depth, to have a little bit more substance. So we're really here to serve the community. We're not here to serve Ohio State needs at all. We understand that not every student in the state of Ohio wants to go to Ohio State, that there are different colleges for different students. And so we just want to make sure that we encourage all students in Ohio, especially Latino males, and especially really what I think the Latino community to continue to go on to college.
But let's talk about first of all about the scholarships.
Okay, so probably I think the number one question that I get in my line of work is, how are we going to pay for college? You know, the cost of college is sort of becoming astronomical, especially if you're a low income, first generation, even maybe a DACA student. How are you going to pay for college? And so one of the funding opportunities that we provide is the Gates Millennium scholarship. And so one of the representatives from that organization will be on hand to discuss the application process for that scholarship. And so that's something that we are doing new this year. So if you look online, you have session descriptions, and then one of the sessions is how to apply for the Gates Millennium Scholarship, which is a scholarship that will follow you from your bachelor's through your master's and through some of your PhD program if you continue on. And so that's probably the best scholarship. You can start at Ohio State, you can go to Harvard, you can go to Texas, you can go wherever you want, and that scholarship will follow you. And
The-
also, I want to mention that that scholarship doesn't really take into account ACT or SAT. We sort of look at other variables that might not necessarily be measured in the traditional sense.
Okay. Let's talk about the speaker because I know him, Joel Diaz, and I'm very happy that you invite him to be the speaker and to be a role model and to motivate all the students to continue education.
So Joel Diaz is actually a native from Houston, Texas, and he came to Ohio State to pursue his undergraduate degree. He's very involved in the Columbus community. And just like you said, Lorena, the reason I picked him and the reason I asked him to serve as our keynote speaker is because he is a role model. His family was undocumented. His family worked in the migrant fields. He really worked hard to sort of push himself and get that college education that is really essential in terms of, providing a better future for yourself. So,
But let's talk about the registration, the deadline, all this information that is important to share.
mhm. So, as I said before, I really want to stress that this program is completely free. We provide breakfast and lunch. We do ask that students go to our website and parents so they can register. It's completely free, as I said before. We would like them to pre-register because we do need to take into account how much food to order. We definitely want to make sure that we're ordering enough and not ordering too much. And then also, if students and parents, at the last minute decide that they want to join us, there is on-site registration. The program is going to be held at the Ohio Union in Columbus on September 14th from 9:30 to 4 p.m. And it is completely free. So if you want to stop by the day of and check it out, and feel free to do so.
¿Quieres compartir un mensaje para la familia hispana de Ohio para que asista a este evento?
Ajá, simplemente les quiero decir que ojalá podrán compartir este día con nosotros. Creo que personalmente yo pienso que esta misión de este evento, la meta de este evento es muy importante y no quiero que ningún latino que quiera seguir estudiando, que quiera ir yendo a la universidad, se pierda esta oportunidad, que es una gran oportunidad.
Thank you, Maria.
Gracias.